Research and research analytics. This podcast is at the intermediate level. It requires some knowledge of Accordance Bible software, but no knowledge of Hebrew or of Greek. Accordance 12 has brought us a lot of improvements, including the addition of research analytics. In today's podcast, we'll take a look at both research and research analytics. Together, they are the fastest way to search and the most powerful way to analyze every occurrence of a word, phrase, or reference in our Accordance libraries. Research. Here's an overview of Accordance's research feature. Research replaced Search All in Accordance 11 with significantly expanded features. It is a global search of all relevant fields in groups of resources. All resources, all texts, all tools, all graphic tools, any custom My Group, or any library category. It permits searches in 4 languages: English, which is our shorthand for saying any language written using the Roman alphabet, Greek, Hebrew, and Syriac. It will also search for verses, images, and in Unicode. Research opens a pane in its own unique tab, which includes a hits browser and a results pane. Hovering the cursor over any result shows 2 additional options, More and Open. The former extends the length of the citation, while the latter opens the tool or text to that location in its own pane. We can access research via the File menu under New Tab, or, more conveniently, using Research on the toolbar. The former opens a new tab, as shown here, while the second is a bit quicker, as it allows us to enter a search directly on the toolbar. It then opens the Research tab automatically and automatically runs the search. The search entry area includes a drop-down menu that allows us to select the research group. We can choose from 4 different preset default groups: all text, all tools, and graphic tools, and one ad hoc one, custom. This last choice brings up this dialog box, which allows us to select multiple resources from among our text, tools, and user tools, and even save the set as a user group. The second section is a list of our custom My Groups, and the third, a list of library categories. Search options, Flex and Exact, are available under the magnifying glass, while we can select the search type using this button. Remember that research does not search a single search field in a resource, but all relevant fields. For example, selecting English means that research will scan English titles, English entries, English glosses, and English content. Other search types work similarly. Let's search for the English word godly. Once we run research, the hits appear in the search results area. The hits browser lists the hit resource titles, while the results pane shows the hit words in context. The Research Analytics button, which we'll cover in the second part of this podcast, appears. The title and number of hits for the resource we've selected in the browser also appears, centered at the top of the pane. It will change as we move from resource to resource. As we scroll through the citations, we can hover our cursor over any one of them. When we do, 2 options generally appear: More and Open. Again, the first extends the length of the citation. The second opens the resource to this place in its own pane. This combo allows us to move through and evaluate each result quickly. Now, let's expand this workspace a bit and look at its display options. If we look at the hits browser, we can see that the hit resources are sorted by library category in order. Now, this is fixed and can't be changed. What can be changed via the Actions menu is the order of the hit resources in each category. We can sort by importance, by library order, or alphabetically. The 2 top choices determine how the hits themselves appear, just as an excerpt, as shown here, or as a full text, like so. We can customize several of the defaults for research using preferences. In Preferences, Research shares a preference panel with daily reading and reading mode, so notice that only the settings under the word Research apply to it. Most of these settings are self-explanatory. The one item that may need explanation is Rebuild Research Cache. It deletes Accordance's old search index and replaces it with a new one. It's particularly useful after adding or deleting a large number of resources, or after installing a major update to a resource. It ensures research searches all installed resources and every field in them as quickly as possible. Research Analytics. Before we dive into the details, here's a quick overview of Research Analytics. Research Analytics is a powerful new feature introduced in Accordance 12. 4 kinds of analyses are available for search results in text. Notice, that doesn't cover tools. Hits graph and analysis graphs for biblical texts only, and pie and bar charts for all texts. All 4 of these take advantage of the improvements in Accordance 12's improved analytics. In addition, Research Analytics allow the analysis of aggregate results, that's hits in all texts, and comparison of the hits between or among individual texts. For more information on Accordance's analytics in general, see these 2 podcasts. We're going to stick with our search for godly, since that's been working so well for this podcast. Clicking the Analytics button displays our 4 choices, along with default analytics, which is whichever one or ones we set in our preferences. Let's move through each of the 4. I'll assume you're already familiar with Accordance 12's improved analytics, and I'll just show the additional functions they have here in Research. The Hits graph opens to display the words combined distribution in all Bibles. Clicking this disclosure triangle opens the Compare browser, allowing us to choose which text to compare. Here, I've turned off the combined graph, instead using the graph to compare the CSB, ESV, Bishop, and HCSB Bibles. The analysis graph offers us many more choices, allowing us to compare aggregate word, key number, and/or grammatical uses across the biblical corpus. It offers us a comparison of the top 7 Bibles, a graph of the combined text for words, and for key numbers, for key number texts. Morphologically tagged original language texts, of course, would offer an even greater array of choices. No matter how the Hits browser is sorted, the analysis graph always shows the 7 most frequent items, whether that's versions, words, key numbers, or other kinds of information. For more detailed analyses, we have to look to the pie and bar charts, where these analytics will also allow us to view non-biblical texts. Pie and bar charts each have different strengths. Pie charts display each item as a percentage of the total results, while bar charts display information comparatively and perhaps more efficiently. That makes bar charts the better choice when there are many subdivisions, whether we're researching English Bibles as here or Greek texts as here. By default, both pie and bar charts displayed combined results. The more data there is, the more powerful Research Analytics are. This search of all key number English Bibles allows us 3 different choices: to view by version, word, or key number. If displayed by version, as here, we can then choose to see the combined results of all hit words or key numbers, or break them out individually. This search of all Greek texts offers many more choices for analysis, because the texts have been tagged with much more information. Now, in either case, we can choose to see a display of the total number of hits, or, by using the Actions menu, switch to show the relative word densities. We can also customize the display by using this menu, for example, if we want to select a different analysis class for the default chart. Let's go into just a bit more detail using this research of Greek texts. Here's my default display, with a bar chart displaying total hits sorted by version. In this case, that's by Greek corpus. At this point, we can pick any version to open it and review the search results, like so. If we want to, we can then drill down deeper into the individual text by using Accordance 12's improved analytics. Selecting a sort other than by version, like inflected form, gives us the option to break out the results by individual text. Then we can click to search an individual text for this particular inflected form. We can do this as many times as we want and with increasingly finer search criteria. As with improved analytics, We can also return to the prior bar chart results at any point by clicking here. Research analytics offers so many different research paths, it would be impossible to cover them all. But here's another basic technique. If we open the HITS browser while displaying versions, we can then select which forms we want to see, up to 7 at a time. If there are a lot of forms, as here in the case of Agapao, we may need to eliminate the combined results to make the bars visible. However, the click to open search results currently only works on the combined bar. In these sorts of cases, my suggestion is to eliminate the combined bar while evaluating the data, then add it back in if we need to search a particular text. Once we're in a single text, we can use its improved analytics for even more sophisticated data analysis. Again, we haven't even begun to scratch the possibilities opened up by these new research analytics. For instance, here are 2 pie charts that analyze the relative use of tense and mood in the Septuagint, the Greek New Testament, and Philo, using data from the same search we've been analyzing. What sorts of conclusions would you draw from this analysis? Find all of this a bit overwhelming? Don't feel bad. It's going to take all of us a while to process these new features and understand what they can do for us. Meanwhile, here's a simple metaphor with my suggested workflow. Think of our library resources as a vast field of wheat just waiting to be harvested. Research harvests the wheat, sifting through massive amounts of material to sort it from the chaff. Research analytics then identifies pockets of high-grade wheat, while improved analytics investigates individual pockets in the hopes of improving overall yield. If you're not already using research, let me encourage you to put this powerful feature to work for you today. Likewise, research analytics opens up a whole new world of possibilities. In combination, the two offer cutting-edge tools and a rock-solid Bible software program. We here at Accordance are excited to see just what sorts of insights our users will have and what contributions they will make to the field in the upcoming year. This has been Dr. J for Accordance Bible Software. Thank you for watching this episode of Lighting the Lamp.